The following is a presentation of Geekster Media.
Hey there, Wax Packers! Adam coming back at you with a very special edition of Wax Pack Flashback. This one is a bit of a crossover, if you will. It is a tie-in to another podcast that I do here on the Retro Network. It is called Remember That Show? And it is a podcast where William Bruce West and I explore the obscure or forgotten television shows of the 80s and 90s. And right now for the summer, we're doing a special four-part series called Saved by the Summer, wherein we are checking out the sequels and prequels and spin-offs of Saved by the Bell. Yes, we're talking about everything except the main series, okay? And let me just tell you a little bit about my Saved by the Bell fandom. Okay, so yes, of course I have the box set, right? And I had the standalone DVD sets prior to that. But I've also been able to collect some interesting stuff over the years. Like, I have an original Scholastic Saved by the Bell poster, one of those things you could mail away, probably like, you know, the book club order form. So that's really awesome. I actually have some books. This one is a novelization, not even a novelization really, because these were original stories, but they would use, you know, screen caps from the episodes. We have the Johnny Dakota episode here, but this is just a weird story that was a standalone idea. Also, check out this one. This is the unauthorized, like, behind the scenes of Saved by the Bell. This is fascinating. This whole thing, I think it's compiled by somebody who worked for, like, Tiger Beat or something like that, but it's got all this behind the scenes stuff in it, which is really neat. But also, you know, I have a Trapper Keeper with some Bayside related stickers, wouldn't you know? Yeah, so, I mean, this is just a series that we all loved. We all watched endlessly, whether it was on, I know I was watching like 4 episodes a day after school, because it would be on WGN, and then also on TBS, on cable, and I could get 2 episodes back to back. It was a lot of fun there. Even, like, I was recording, like, the Zack Attack episodes and stuff like that onto an audio tape off of my TV so I could listen to those songs. Eventually, I did get the soundtrack on CD. I don't know where that CD ended up. But anyway, a big fan. I love it all. Now, on the Saved by the Summer series, our second episode, we were talking about Saved by the Bell, the college years. And on the college years, right, there was a lot going on. There were cast changes, a different setting for them, and they were promoting it, like, in a big way. It was in prime time. Unfortunately, it didn't last. It didn't even make it to 20 episodes, but it did get a trading card set, okay? So I've got 2 packs of Saved by the Bell, the college years trading cards. Very interested to open these up and take a look inside at the adventures at Cal U. So let's get into it. Okay, so here we are with our 2 packs of Saved by the Bell, the college years trading cards from 1994. These are by Pacific. I think we've opened up a pack that they've done in the past. They would do kind of different movie and TV properties. But it says here, find all 10 different Prism cards randomly inserted. So there are actual chase cards in this set, which is amazing. You get 10%. Now, as far as what it's telling you here, the basic thing that they're advertising is just that you can order a full set, like a factory set, which is cool. But let's do this on our own here. Now, if you'll remember, like I said, the Saved by the Bell, the college years had some changes in the casting. So none of the female cast members returned except for Kelly Kapowski. So I'm sure that we will get a Tiffany Amber Thiessen card. But in the meantime, let's check this out. All right, so we have Zach and Mike. Mike was played by Bob Golick. He was their resident advisor, a former football player, and yet he had kind of softened by the end of the series to be not such a hard case. But it says here, you know, Screech, a lot of guys will want to get into Sigma Alpha house, but not everyone makes it. You might want to find a house like that suits you, like, for instance, the House of Pancakes. Yeah, so that's the level of jokes that was on Saved by the Bell the college years. Now here we are with Zach and Professor Lasky. So this is actually from the one of the first episodes wherein Zach thinks he's talking to a fellow classmate, but it's actually the professor sitting out there and gives him some tips that are the answers to the tests. But it turns out, nope, he was just kind of faking him out as a joke. All right, so here are one of our new cast members, Alex. So she's like a drama major. She ends up dating Slater at a certain point. And she says, "I'm tired of you guys hitting on me. Leave me alone. I'm a woman, not a love monkey." Wow. Again, how about that? How about that writing? Now here is Leslie, the other female cast member, which initially Zach is chasing after her the first episode, but by the second episode, Kelly is back in the picture and he drops that real fast. But so this is all really just dialogue from the series. I'm curious to see if there are any of these that actually give you details on the characters themselves. All right, so there is the classic couple, Kelly and Zach. Let's see what's going on here. This is where Kelly was working at a kind of a Hooters clone diner. Says, "Kelly, Zach, I'm a big girl now. You can't tell me where I can work. Besides, I'm still the same girl I always was. Customer, another round here, sweet thing. It's on its way, love bug." Love bug? Yeah. We've always seen her, though, as a waitress, right? All right, so now here's Mike and Screech having some fun. So far, no prism cards. But again, so this is the Bob Golick character. It's kind of interesting to have him in the mix, but he was quite a bit older than everybody else. All right, here's Zach. Was this a fantasy sequence where he was being delivered in F? I think that's how this was going. Let's see here. So, Hemmings, which is a professor. "My name is Professor Arthur Hemmings, and I have only 2 rules. Rule number 1, never speak unless recognized. Rule number 2, if you do speak, say something interesting." And then Zach says, "Boy, what do you say we pitch in and buy him some lottery tickets?" Huh? All right, here's another Leslie. So there's a lot of like headshots, but it's interesting. Some of these are just double-sided cards. There she is, brought Screech along to kind of scare her parents and say, "This is the guy I'm dating." Ah, now there he is, Mark Paul Gosselaar, a little bit older, a little bit thicker. That's right, he was working out because he was maybe going to play some college ball before he decided to come back and go to college on TV. There he is again, looking a little more serious, the dramatic Zach. That's a Dawson's Creek look right there. That's what we're getting, auditioning for the Vanderbeek role, which he did not get. All right, so that's our first pack. We have our second pack here. Let's hope that we are getting a prism card, okay? Because I want a prism card. I've seen online like a Slater prism card. Speaking of which, we haven't even gotten a Slater card yet, but first one in this pack, there he is, Mario Lopez. He finally cuts the mullet for this series, so we get kind of a more, short-cropped Slater. All right, he says, "I'd like to just keep myself real busy and not go out as much. I'll try to call home to my mom more. Mom misses me." It is interesting that we never did meet Slater's mom. We only met his dad. All right, so there we're back with Alex once again, his future love interest. So there they are. This is where they were going to throw a rave, and she looks into the strobe and gets hypnotized by it. All right, here's Leslie once again in their shared common area. And they just tell you, the part of Leslie Burke is played by actress Anne Tremco. I remember seeing her on an episode of, Briscoe County Jr., The Adventures of Briscoe County Jr. So, all right, here's Kelly and Zach at it again. Now, by the end of the series, they are married. I don't know if they hint at that in this card series or not. Interesting. Did you know Tiffany Everthias had won the Miss Junior America pageant? How about that? An actual beauty queen? All right. So there is, so Leslie introducing Screech to her parents, much to their dismay. And there's looking rather dapper Zach and Mike. I wonder what the idea is when they decide to do the double-sided cards. They just didn't have anything to say. Okay, this is interesting here. This is Zach. Look how dark his hair is there. I don't know what is going on with that picture because I don't remember. I mean, I guess he was letting his roots grow out because Mark Paul Gosselaar always had to, dye his hair blonde. He wasn't a natural blonde, but okay. Let's see here. Another Zach. See, there he is. Oh, look at that. Smoldering Mark Paul. All right. So, yeah, and more Professor Hemmings episode. That was kind of a one-off thing. They really wanted to make Zach and Mike seem like a pair, didn't they? But here's Kelly and Leslie. Let's see what it tells us about them. So, Leslie, this is a stupid outfit. The material is scratchy and it chafes. It was probably designed by a man. Kelly, the traditional G has been worn for 500 years. Alex, well, did they forget that for the last 50 years there's been a little thing called fabric softener? Huh? Oh, the gi. What am I saying? This is the episode where they all join a martial arts class and Nitro from American Gladiators is the hunky instructor. But then he gets hurt, and he brings in Queen Kong. That's right, Dee Boer from Gorgeous Ladies of Wrestling and many other things. All right, so no Prism card, but we did get this final cast shot, which is a pretty good indicator of what was going on with this series and what they're all about. The classic cast minus Mike. All right, Saved by the Bell goes to college. Wow, interesting. Why did they just not say the college years? Because the logo's right there? But Alex Tabor, AC Slater, Kelly Kapowski, Zach Morris, Leslie Burke, and Samuel Screech Powers. But look at Screech right there. Look how cool Dustin Diamond was trying to be in this series. The opening credits, they really tried to be like they were, on 90210 or something. All right, well, let's find out which one is my favorite. All right, so Saved by the Bell, the college years, it delivered, I guess, what you would expect. I really was hoping for more trivia, more behind the scenes, something like that. I will say, like, during the end credits of each episode, they would show, like, pranks or goofs or different things that they were doing during the filmings of the episode, with the cast cracking up or whatever during a line. So I kind of wish we got a little bit more candid with all of that. But either way, it was very interesting to go through 2 packs of these cards. No Prism card this time around, but who knows, maybe I'll pick up some more packs in the years to come and I'll get lucky. As far as my favorite, I gotta go with just this classic, shot of the cast on both sides. I think it's a good look. It tells you what the series was about, that they were trying to be a little bit more mature, even more 90s than they had been, in the original series. So speaking of which, so as I said, we're covering 4 different pieces of the Saved by the Bell universe. Our first episode on Remember That Show, Saved by the Summer, was Good Morning Miss Bliss. That's right, the prequel series, if you will, to Saved by the Bell. And then we covered the college years recently. Next up, we're going to be talking about Saved by the Bell, the new class, which lasted for 7 seasons, if you could believe it, longer than the original series. Screech comes back, so does Mr. Belding. And then finally, we're going to be covering the Saved by the Bell reimagined reboot, sequel series that was on Peacock and streaming for 2 seasons. So again, if this is something that sounds like you'd love to dig into kind of the fringes of the Saved by the Bell universe, that's what William Bruce West and I are doing on Remember That Show for the next few months. So go ahead, check that out for yourself. You can find it. You can go to theretronetwork.com or geekster.com now. You can go to the Geekster Vision, which formerly the Retro Network TRN TV YouTube channel, and the show gets posted there as well. But you can also just search on your favorite podcast app. This is not a video show, it's just an audio show. So great to listen to in the car, on your way to work, doing some chores, whatever it is. Enjoy the nostalgia. We talk about the series, but we also get into our own TV-obsessed childhoods. We share stories. At the end, we usually will talk about how we could fix the series, because these were short-lived. A lot of people don't remember them. What could we have done to make it a hit? Something like that. So anyway, hope you check out Remember That Show, Saved by the Summer. But until next time, we'll check you later.
Has been a presentation of Geekster Media.